Welcome back, everyone. So in this video, we are going to go on with where we left off, and we are going to implement the actual update review. I closed the warnings, so we are going to take a look at them afterwards. And we can just copy and paste the parameters since they are going to be the same. The only thing we need to change is the name to update review. It's going to actually start very similar. We are going to get the accounts as iterable with the same name, actually. I'm using the same names because it is the actual convention in Solana. So in case you see some examples in the internet, you will not be surprised. And you're going to see something similar, hopefully. And the first one is initializer, as before. The second one is PDA account, the account that is actually holding this data. That's all, actually. Because this time we don't need the system program because we are not actually going to create a PDA. We are just going to update or modify the data inside. This time we need to check for PDA account, and only the PDA account's owner can actually call this update. So if it's not the program ID, we are going to return error saying you cannot modify it. But in error's case, this is equivalent of saying illegal owner. And we need to check for initialize is signer or not, just like before. And in case no, we are going to return program error. And this is missing required signature. So this is the exact same error that we have found in the create review. With this, actually, we are done with the check. So we can just create our mutable account data. And again, we are going to try from slice unchecked, which is going to get an account state, which is attempt to return an account state. Let's say it that way. Inside, we are going to give reference to PDA account, and we are going to borrow the data. We attempt to get an account state from the account data. In case it's successful, we will have the review values. So let's actually create the PDA and the bump seed again. Find program address. And as before, it's going to be initializer dot key as reference and account data dot title as byte. The second one is program ID, that's true. So with the semicolon, we are done with this PDA and bump seed. We can move on to see if the PDA matches the seed that we have. So if PDA is not equal to PDA account.key, we are going to return our custom error saying this is an invalid PDA. And then we are going to check if it's initialized or not. And we actually have this check in create. So we are going to do the exact opposite to see if it's initialized. And we are going to return review error with uninitialized account. I'm sorry, we need to get that. We are going to return error if this is not the case. Since there is no uninitialized PDA, we cannot actually modify the data inside. The last check, as always, the rating. If it's greater than 10 or less than 0, no, less than 1, as we have implemented in add review, we are going to return error saying that this rating is invalid. After this, we can actually modify the description. Account data description is going to be equal to description, and account data rating is going to be equal to rating. So we don't want the title to change since it's the unique identifier in our case. We are going to finish off this update review with serializing the account data. So serialize, it's going to get 2 mutable references. We are going to get RO is at mute. We are going to try to update it. And in case it goes okay, we're going to return okay. So let's actually do a build this bit from here this time. And we can open up the terminal to see if it's true. So we have some errors. Let's actually try to fix them. So we are importing message. Okay, let's delete that. So it's telling us that we need a semicolon here. It's true. So let's add that. And also in the line 151, yeah, we need to actually convert this dereferencing. And in line 156, oh, this is not a review error. The program, is it? Oh, it's actually a review. Then what we have forgotten to do is add into, since we are trying to push this into a custom error. And let's do build from here. The only thing we are left with is actually the warnings. Let's also fix them, saying that we didn't use the title and we didn't use the bump seed, okay. And we didn't return any errors in this case, in the match instruction. We can just return match instruction since it's already handling the error case for us in here. The invalid instruction data is already handled. So we don't need to return anything from here. We can just match the instruction. Then let's do build. And build is successful. So right now we are actually done with our restaurant review. So the users will be able to add a review or update their own review. The rest of the users are going to be able to query them in our front end. But in the next video, to integrate with our front end, we need to actually deploy this program. That's what we are going to do.